And with that, we move to our next guest here on Cody Butler Day in Lawrenceville, Georgia. We are joined by a man that is very close to Cody and has worked with him for a number of years, Mr. Connor Darnell, our graphic designer for NAI Ball. Connor, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Man, I wouldn't want to be anywhere else in the world right now than in this chair right here. I know you're a busy man. I greatly appreciate your time, but you have come a long way. I believe at one point you didn't even have a name on the podcast. They just referred to you as the intern. And then years later, we learned who Darnell is, and we learned your skill set as a graphic designer. So, with your weekly interaction with Cody, maybe take me back to like the first time you interacted with Cody in your journey.
Yeah, so my first time interacting with Cody, I was actually in the middle of class. It was maybe like 25 minutes right before I had to leave and go to practice whenever I was still playing. But I was in the middle of class and been kind of following the NAI ball account and all that. And our ace at the time had just been on the podcast after having like such a great start to the year. And I found it looked pretty deep into NAI ball, and I thought it was the coolest thing at the time. And I kind of reached out and I was like, "Hey, if you guys ever need, I guess, design help or stuff done for the social media, like I'd love to help. Like talk to your people and all that." Well, Cody responds, he's like, "Our people, it's just me and Robbie. We're a two-man crew." And I was like, "Oh man, like you guys do such great work. It seems like you've just got like a full team and all that." So yeah, as soon as I got out of class, he gave me a call, and at the time I was super nervous. And I was like, "Oh man, like I got this high up guy, and we're sitting here about to do some work and all that." And ever since then, it just been a blast, and I had learned so much from him, and in such a short amount of time, it was just incredible.
I got to give you a ton of credit. Obviously, when Cody started just a Twitter handle, it grew very quickly, but then it really elevated the brand when Robbie got on board and did the podcast. And then the evolution of the growth of NAI Ball really came to fruition too. It took another level when your artwork became a part of the weekly recognition of players, the conference rankings, the standings, the stats. You do a phenomenal job, and we really appreciate it. But with that comes the communication with Cody and Robbie on a weekly basis. Can you give me an insight to a story about how impactful Cody's vision and what he built for us in our really, really small NAI baseball community?
It's being able to watch the whole social media and everything and see, I guess, a player get their 15 minutes of fame. It's really incredible to see, and I didn't really understand how big of an impact it was until I guess I got on as the intern in the 2021 season. Because at the time when we were in the COVID year and we had got cut short, I think I might have got maybe 2 weeks of work done with NAI ball before we got the season shut down. But I guess the biggest moment of actually realizing how big of an impact it was is, I'd go on the road for a series and I'd have people come up to me and say, "Dude, thank you for what you guys do." And it's it was just incredible to see people that I've never met come up to me and speaks like saying, "It's incredible what you guys do," and it's been recognized on a national level. And I've had parents come up to me, all this, and it's really just incredible. And he really built something special that all these players can look forward to and want to see their name up on our Twitter and see that tweet about them and their team. It's really special, and um, it's been a pleasure and a blast to be a part of it.
I know you're dialed into social media, so I'm hoping you can give me some insight here. You're a content creator for NAI Ball, and so you're on social media all the time, the Twitter, the Instagram. I think at one point we had the Snapchat going there for a while. Like, have you seen the mentions? Have you seen the retweet? Like, who's that famous person, or as famous as it can be, that recognized NAI Ball's brand? Where you went, whoa, or you like screenshot it and send it to Cody, or vice versa? Where you're like, did you see who retweeted us? Have you had that? Did you have that moment?
I think it was I can't say his last name, but Stephen Scotch, the big donkey. Um, he had liked something the past couple years, or maybe right when he got out of playing. And at the time, he had like 50, 60,000 followers. And I saw he liked something. I sent to Cody, and I was like, "You're not gonna believe this. You see who just liked our tweet and retweeted it?" And he's like, "Oh, that's big time." And he was super stoked for it. And there's been a couple of the major league guys and all that, and it's just like, wow, like it's really awesome to see that interaction, and it's just been really really awesome.
Well, Connor, I greatly appreciate your time. I know you have a busy day. You've transitioned your skill set into a full-time job as the assistant sports information director at USAO, and I know you guys have a busy day today there. And so for the Dovers, and I just want to say thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for what you do for NAI ball in this community, and appreciate you being part of Cody Butler Day.
Thank you for having me. It's really awesome to see something like this go on, and for you guys to honor Cody, and you know, it's just really awesome, and thankful somebody was able to honor him, and um, hopefully the Grizzlies can get some wins today, and I'll be watching.
And I'm hoping the Dovers get some win too as well, because I want our pass to cross at a World Series. I don't know if it's Idaho, I don't know if it's Columbus or Mobile. We've got to figure out a way now that you're on the college athletic side of employment. We've got to cross paths somehow, my friend.
If it doesn't work out where we meet in the World Series, I'll find some time to make it down to Lawrenceville and come check out the Grizzlies.
Love it. Sounds good, Connor. Thank you so much, buddy.
Thank you.